Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's the moment you've been waiting for. It's Matt and Nige Unfiltered. Nigel, hello.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I've been working on that intro all week. Do you love
Boys,
it?
have you been to a big hat circus for that introduction?
Yeah, that's exactly where it came from. Have you?
I love it. I love it. Barnum's. Was it Barnum's or was it what's the big movie that had the circus with
Oh, that was great.
the
Oh,
Greatest
can't
Showman?
start like this. Yeah, Greatest Showman. I love that.
Can we start
Love
and
it.
sing and dance? And
We can finish.
Hugh Jackman.
Let's finish like that. I'd like to be Hugh Jackman. That's probably like it's
He's
one of the
always
characters.
out walking in New York. He never bumps into me, but he's always out.
right?
Yeah. Look at pictures
Yeah,
of
he's
him in Central Park all the time.
pretty recognisable.
You could say that.
But
You
yeah,
could
he's
say that.
got massive claws coming out of his knuckles, all sorts. Right.
What's
Nigel,
news of you? How have you been? What's news of
okay,
you?
you got there first. You got there first. What is
Yes.
news? This morning I ran up a mountain. So
Why
that's
are you
pretty
so
good.
red?
Yeah, it's a great question. I'm glad you asked. I know it's a million degrees hot, and I probably spent too long in the sun when I get home from the top of the mountains today.
Did you happen
That's
to
the
put any
reason.
suntan lotion on this morning?
I did, back to 50 all the way. But I'm quite a sweaty guy, and I imagine it probably sweated out
Do
about the
you know,
first
like,
15 minutes of climbing.
have you not worked out that there are certain things you can do with podcasts and videos, like clip? So we're literally going to get a clip of an intro
Little
going,
nugget.
I'm quite a sweaty guy.
Perfect. Perfect. What a way to start a pod. Let's do work. I've had a great week at work, Nigel. So that's been good. It's been
2
nice.
weeks.
I've been
I
in
missed
Bristol.
you.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I was in Madrid last week and I just couldn't find time. I did one of those work trips where Caroline and Freddie came along, and it's really hard. It's hard to balance both those worlds together and then find time for a pod. So yeah, apologies. I think I was in the water
No,
park at the
at all.
time.
I'm in the same boat. And often I will work through early hours of the evening, like 8, 9, 10, whatever else. And I'll go sit with Emma on the sofa and watch TV, but I'll bring my laptop wherever else. And usually it ends up with me just falling straight asleep in about 3 minutes flat. So unless I'm here doing stuff at this desk, if I go somewhere else, it's like, and I'm off, sound asleep.
And it's not the greatest company for her either, right? When you're sitting there with your laptop.
Whether with or
Or
without
asleep.
the laptop, it's just probably true, to be fair.
It's nothing to do with the laptop at all. How are
She's
you?
just
How's your
totally
week?
fed up after. I've had a great week. It's been one of those.
Yeah.
It's kind of like feels like summer because it is actually summer. So it's nice. The city was lovely and warm. I actually went to work the other day in shorts and t-shirt. Like I wouldn't normally go in shorts, but I was A, not planning to go to the office, and B, meeting friends for lunch that I thought they're not going to mind if I turn up in shorts because it was quite like a chilled out lunchy day, which was great. I ended up going back into the office. Of course, there was no one there, but apart from one of our very senior people. And I turn up in the, hello, welcome to me and my legs. But there you go. So it was good. It's been a really good week. Busy as ever.
Good. Mate, what's it? So the dress code, I can't imagine, not the dress code in service now, but dress code in London is still not shorts and t-shirts or shorts and shirts, though, is it?
I wouldn't wear shorts and t-shirts to a client. I wouldn't really normally wear a polo as you and I are wearing now to
Sure.
the office. In fact, when I moved back from the States, Emma said to me, you've got really scruffy. Like New York was very casual. It would always be sneakers, trainers, polos,
That's that look,
etc.
isn't it? Yeah.
London for me is very much shirt, jacket, trousers and shoes. Whereas I've almost stopped wearing trainers to the office now and wear shoes predominantly. I wear a shirt rather than a polo all the time. So it's always interesting to see what men's dress code, because men's clothes are pretty boring as well, to be honest.
Well, you say that apart from in Madrid, everyone is immaculate. Very similar to that kind of Milan vibe. And it encouraged me. I said, I had no time for a pod. I did go shopping. So I seem to find time for that.
Hang on. You went shopping?
I went shopping. But I had Caroline there as well. So like my fashion advisor. I was going to these meetings. And these guys are so immaculately turned out, beautifully dressed. And so I was like, yeah, I need to up my game. So I upped my game.
So what did you buy?
I saw loafers. I mean, let's start there, right? Let's start from the bottom up. Brilliant. A couple of pairs of loafers. Some great trousers. Not sure really how to describe them, but great trousers. And then a couple of shirts. And I think I might have got a Barry's t-shirt as well. I found Barry's. But that wasn't the shopping trip. That was just
did
me.
you actually go to the Barry's class? You did, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I did a couple.
So you found time for shopping in Barry's, but not speak to me.
Yeah, but Barry's is successful, right? Oh no, it wasn't. It wasn't 6:30 because and it's so Spanish because the first class was 9:30 in like really
To be fair,
relaxed time. I'm like, come
when I go
on.
to California, I was like, I want to go and I want to do a core power yoga class. Like last time I looked, there was one opposite the hotel I was staying at. The first class for a sculpt was like 10 o'clock. I'm like, I want to be in the office at 8 a.m. I want to do a
Sure.
6 o'clock class.
Yeah.
No,
No, that's why I think that's why I love Australia is that it's you go for the 5:30 class and that's like the second, if not third class of the day. It's like what? It's just so much fun out
steady
there.
on. That's a
Everyone's up
little
to
bit on the
anything.
keen side.
Yeah, no, but I mean, they love it getting up early over there. Don't know, it's an anti-Brazilian thing.
But do they finish
Um,
early?
do they finish early or they just get up super early? I think they just go to bed early.
As in,
Yeah,
I actually get up early. A, I like it, and B, it's like the hour or two, get stuff done. No one's
yeah,
calling you, whatever else. And I chat to either Japan, Singapore, or Sydney late at night, like midnight or 11 o'clock, or first thing in the morning. And I
yeah.
chatted to one of the guys first thing our time. He'd been out surfing. Gets up, goes surfing for an hour or two, and then goes to work. I mean, how cool is that?
Really dreamy, really dreamy. But I think also lots of Australians will wake up early, work, and finish late working as well. I think it's a bit of an awkward time zone.
One of the conversations I had actually this week was, well, like, I don't mind working 60, 70, 80 hours a week, whatever the number is. It's entirely up to you, whatever you think is right or wrong, whatever it is. I like working. I don't really think it's work. I enjoy what I do.
Yeah.
I'm very lucky.
Yep.
But they're my 70 hours. If I decide to go and do a Barry's class or shopping with Caroline and Freddie or out for lunch with Emma, and it's kind of nice that we're in that position. No one's tracking or whatever else. It's kind of like, I'll put the hours in and no one's ever going to say to me, you need to work more, Nigel. If anything, I was texting my boss the other day. He's like, go to bed.
Because you're out shopping with Caroline.
Oh dear. So what's news? What's going on in the news this week? What's caught your eye?
Lots of things. So got a So News, which is our Sonar newsletter, out on Friday, which was yesterday, right? I think it's some interesting AI. It's always interesting AI stuff. I think it's I titled it something along like Beyond the Pilot or something. It's lots of now rollout of frontier models across organizations, which and it's happening, right? And it's been happening for a while. It continues to happen. So Brown and Brown were rolling out Claude to, I think it's 23,000 of them. Then you had so Guardian Life were in a 7-year program with HCL, which I thought was interesting around some kind of modernization program, but all very AI led. And then AXA, unsurprisingly, embedded with Microsoft and Copilot across their teams as well. So I thought that's kind of
70,000 they're
interesting, right?
training. That was huge. It was a big number, right?
Big numbers. So I think but I think that's fascinating, right? I really do. And then you've got you've got a few of these people are starting to put numbers against the benefits they're saying as well, which I think is also.
Do you think we could find? It's not a dig at anyone at all, but do you think we could find a news story that's not AI?
I'm going to work on that while.
No, just curious.
Okay.
Like when everything's AI, nothing's AI. If you know what I mean. Like it's so okay. We get it. We've all moved to AI. Like we're not going to do a press release on a product that's AI enabled, or Sonar 3.0 is not going to come out with not AI built in. You have to expect it to AI by default.
No, but to the point of like, let's just not talk about the AI, right?
Yeah,
it's just
hey, Sonar 3.0 is working via fax and typewriter. Like it's not going to happen.
It's going to be beautiful. Oh, it's not going to happen. That's right. So that's why actually. What have you seen? What have you been looking at?
The big one that got me that I shared online earlier this week was all about the OpenAI Hugging Face attack, where OpenAI's in a safe, secure environment, OpenAI was able to find an internet node through using third-party models and whatever else it was using. There's loads of descriptions and commentary online about what it did or what it didn't do, plus the releases from OpenAI and Hugging Face themselves directly, but was able to penetrate Hugging Face's production instances, which were then stopped or blocked or intercepted by the Hugging Face agents and whatever else. But it was one of those moments that said, we're here already. It was really interesting how quick we've got to this point. Number one, and that generated loads of stuff that's going on. I also saw a post about the number of insurers in North America or globally that are excluding AI by default has gone like trickled and trickled and trickled. And all of a sudden it's gone like complete
Yeah.
hockey stick. So I would
Yeah.
almost expect every carrier now to exclude AI or have AI provisions and exclusions in there by default, which I think creates a net new market at the same time.
Yeah.
So
Agreed. Agreed.
I think they're quite interesting.
Yeah.
Um,
Mate,
so but the
sorry,
whole,
can I jump in on
yeah, go for it.
both of those maybe? I think I said both of those. What was the first one we've just been chatting about?
Open AI and Hugging Face.
Yeah. So that it was really interesting. So reading that was because I think it was reported last week, and it's just the journey of that then becoming public knowledge and whatnot. But then it's kind of how that echoes through the market. So there's a conversation around a real conspiracy theory around actually it was OpenAI's plan to do that because they were a couple of models that they were working on in some kind of protected, closed environment that somehow got out, and actually did they just leak them out there to show the power of what they're able to achieve against Claude that's seemingly taking the front runner spot over AI, over ChatGPT. And so I thought that was kind of an interesting angle of consideration, right? So let's not take everything for fact. And
I would agree with that. And actually, Zoe Kleiman, the BBC editor for Tech, came on. She's on a sabbatical at the moment, but she came back and said, "Hey, I know I'm off, and I'm not checking my BBC email, but by pure coincidence, both these companies that have released Mythos,
yeah,
Fable, this new cyber model, are also happening to be IPOing very shortly too." So that
interesting,
was
right?
interesting.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, and then
yeah. I thought that
related,
was interesting.
go on,
Yeah,
what was your second one?
no, go on.
Related to this though was
Go for it.
the US cyber bill or US security bill that said we're going to insist everyone has a kill switch. Now, on one side, they're going, we want to be able to control it and be able to go, hey, your AI has gone rogue, kill. And on the flip side, one of the, was it not Hegseth, he's the Minister for War. The other guy, the business, was going, whilst we're saying it's a kill switch, what we mean is, don't worry, we're not going to stop giving you access to these things. So I think they're on one hand, they're going, how do we not let this thing out of the bag? On the other hand, they're going, let's export these things and make loads of money for the US. So it's a tricky
Well,
position
sorry,
for them, I think, right
they were
now.
suggesting a kill switch for the AI companies. So those
Yeah.
frontier
Oh,
models, they just literally would turn them off.
yeah, the AI kill switches
And
are a thing, and the US bill has been announced a while back. The Bank of England announced kill switches previously. We are
yeah,
going to need something to go to this OpenAI exact example. How on earth do we go, stop, it's all going wrong? Where's our big
interesting,
red
right?
button?
And then we go back to the conversation of are we to use frontier models or do we build our own? In fact, it wasn't, and I mean, if I'm right in saying, didn't they Hugging Face get out of trouble by using an open source model from China as well?
They did.
It was something like that. It was again a just remarkable story.
They did, and it was because their guardrails they had in place wouldn't let them go outside their guardrails.
That's
So they had
right.
to use a
Yeah,
different thing.
that's right. Yeah,
Like, but I think look, I'm like you, I'm the eternal optimist. What I love about all this is net, I feel we're going to have a bit of a ropey couple of years while we solve this sort of stuff. But shouldn't we, in the end of this, have higher quality software with less bugs and zero day exploits? Because with the speed at which we're going to find them and then be able to solve them is going to get
yeah,
really interesting.
yeah. That's the positive framing of it, right? Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
What do you expect from me?
Did you see Corgi's latest valuation? Sorry, I don't know why I find it so funny. Oh man,
I'm with you. Like it's something is going on here. Why are they going from? They raised 108 million a while back, and now they've extended their round again, and they're worth 4 billion, aren't they?
yeah,
Or
yeah.
3.6 billion.
I think 4 bill, and that's what 50 something percent increase in 8 weeks. I mean, like my goodness, right? And again, I haven't got into all the detail of it, but just and it's good and bad.
But
It's
what's
good
the
and bad,
underlying
I'm
message
sure.
there? Like what do they know about insurance that we don't, or what do they know about? What have they got that no one else has done? Like is where does 4 billion compare to Lemonade, for example?
Yeah, unanswered. I mean,
Who've
unanswerable.
been round for a very long time. Their current market cap is about 5.2 billion from the looks of it. So like but they've been out in 10 years. They've got 10 years of history of
There's
claims, of service, of growing the customer base.
maybe 10 years of legacy now, and you can come in as a
No,
new
I
entrant.
don't feel they're in a legacy spot. I think they've done quite
I
well.
agree.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
No, I am.
fascinating.
Yeah, it is. I am. Yeah, I know. I know one person who is close to them, and I think I need to sit down with that person and get the inside scoop
Three
on that.
funding rounds in 8 weeks. So either it's very expensive to go do stuff, um, or they have they've cracked the secret sauce to go do something else. So
Yeah,
no, good luck to them. They launched trucking nationwide
and
recently with Nico and
yeah,
team. Super cool. Would love to see some of the numbers coming out of that. Of course, funding on one side doesn't actually then show you what goes on in claims on the other, does it?
no, indeed, indeed.
So
And what else, Philip? What else?
uh, what else is going on? You mentioned Whoop, so come back to that in a minute. The one on my
Oh
mind
yeah,
that keeps coming up, and you mentioned Anthropic and Brown and others, and OpenAI and a bunch of others out there, is the build versus buy debate is raising its ugly head again. Do we go build this ourselves? Do we go buy it ourselves? Do we buy, and I think that's the debate that's raged on for probably 100 years. Let's go get a mainframe. Oh, we'll just
yeah,
do it
yeah, sure.
ourselves. Or let's go buy off the shelf software. Oh, let's go build it ourselves. And there was one that I saw this week for one of the companies on Harry Seving's podcast that killed their $600,000 a year subscription to Salesforce, and they vibe
I
coded it
saw that quote.
themselves. So
Yeah,
it was interesting, but I still don't think Bob and accounts is going to vibe code away some of these core applications on a Friday morning on the school run. And maybe I'm completely wrong. I don't know, but I think vibe coding gets you a nice interface and isn't built to scale. In fact, I think I saw a Deloitte report that said 95% of vibe code applications don't succeed, but actually that's not the point of the point is can we mock things up quicker and get them working, which is like if you understand the purpose rather than to replace things. I thought that was quite cool. So
yeah, but I think there's also there's build doesn't equal bytecode always, right? Well, more than often it doesn't. But I think it's we kind of touched on it. You asking just how this week's been offline, and I answered it. I feel like we're riding a wave of something quite exciting, right? There's loads of very big projects in flight, and I think part of that is I wrote it as the opener in So News. It's that like the changing narrative. We've both been sort of in this innovation and tech kind of
yeah,
domain
yeah,
for the last
a decade.
10 years plus, decade. But it's this kind of the world is changing. The last couple of years has definitely been around how do we modernize the business today, right? So how do we really focus all our efforts around this kind of horizon one, maybe into horizon two, really get this business working? And I think what I've just noticed over the last 6 months, I don't know whether it's the corgis of the world or it's the rise of AI or it's something else, a change in the market conditions. But I'm having so many conversations back into we need to focus around horizon three in parallel, right? And that's where it starts to become really interesting around this kind of buy versus build because your options are you can look for the white space, right? You can look for what are the trends in the market or around the edge of the market that we should be paying attention to. But what you can't do necessarily is be partnering with these emerging tech businesses that may represent the future because they're too early, right? They're too unstable. But what they do is they can inspire you to imitate, to replicate, and actually that kind of ideation, venture building. So not vibe coding, but actually creating proper capabilities in new spaces around the core and current business to give those horizon two,
I'm in the
horizon three
same boat.
opportunities.
I'm in the
Really,
same boat.
that for me really interests me, right?
And I'd go one stage further and I'd go, actually, it's not just new capabilities. What do we pare back from the core and move out where you remember Gartner's two-speed IT, where you've got,
Yeah,
like it's operating differently plus that core systems will run at a certain speed back to Corgi doing things for a year. Like it's going to take a year to work these things out, number one. But there are certain things that operate much quicker in P&C retail versus in L&A, for example, which is experiences or chatbots or whatever else. So maybe you push up towards a customer or broker or agent more where you do vibe code and you do have things that are a bit more funky and exciting that way. Um,
yeah,
and you bring more of the static, slower moving things back to the core. I think
yeah.
there's a lot to be had for that.
Yeah, I agree. No, I think it's an interesting time. I think there's a lot of interesting stuff out there. Yeah, buy, build. I think also like I'm starting have a load of conversations around, should we stand up for CBC again? Like, oh, okay, we're back on, we're back in investing again. And it's a really interesting time, right? I just these,
Yeah,
I think we
yeah.
talked about it last time. I think these cycles, that occur. And so, yeah, so I mean, I think the whole gamut of, what is the organic versus inorganic, strategy? It's all to play for. It's all has a role. What's right for which company and how
The
we do it. I think
the
that's, super interesting.
the other one about build versus buy, or even AI more broadly, um,
Broadly,
no, is broadly is AI native. And we had this debate, didn't we? Where people go, "Oh, we're AI native," and I've just come to the conclusion actually you're engineering native versus AI native. Like AI native means
um,
you were born that way. Most of the insurers I've worked with were not born that way, but they like to be AI first, which is fine. But to get there, you need to be engineering first or engineering native. And if you've got the right tech talent and engineering capability, you can get there. But we can't get there with the current folks that are doing it, I think.
interesting, right?
Revelation.
Yeah, yeah,
Revelation.
I'm with you.
The
Okay,
companies that will move fast
that
are
was,
engineering first.
hey, say again. The companies
The
that move
companies that
fast.
will, the companies that will move fastest are engineering first more than anything else.
Yeah, I think so. In today's world, it has to be that.
Yeah, without a question.
Yeah,
And then I
yeah,
am about to go on holiday, so I will try and speak to you while I'm away because I'm just like that, and I'll miss you.
yeah.
But
Love
I
it.
was asking you earlier, what do you do when you're on holiday? I have a very weird way of switching off, as in I don't really. I will be off calls and whatever else, obviously. But I'm like you. I'm like hoovering up all these things that are going on. And one of the things I want
Sure.
to do when I'm away this time is, other than the books I've got to read,
Yeah,
I want to. What can I do to learn stuff? I'm always looking at like Ali K Miller stuff, or there's a lady on
yeah,
Instagram and
yeah.
Facebook that I follow that does free AI courses. I'm always curious as a little hacks for productivity and all that sort of stuff. So what do you do and where do you go for all your learning other than me?
It's a great question. So I am a real self-starter, right? So I'll go and hunt stuff out. So if I'm, if I'm learning languages, it will be like Duolingo, or I'll read books, or probably audio books if I'm running. And I'll do a mix of listening to, I mean, the same puzzles we listen to, right? So they're kind of business, kind of not. But then I'll do some real sort of, not quite self improvement, but like how to be a better CEO type boss, like certain books. But they tire me, right? Probably you can see the result. And
I love
then,
people stories. I love hearing about
yeah,
business leaders and the problems they faced and how they got over them and all that sort of stuff. I love that sort of stuff.
but like doing courses, I mean, like, again, on holiday, I don't know, I kind of switch off, especially if holidays with family, right? I
If you're
don't
lying
tend
there
to
on a
do too
sun
much.
lounger or wherever else, I'm happy to
I
listen to a
mean, not
podcast.
me. I mean, like, yeah, I can't lie on a sun manager.
I'm not very good
I'm
at
doing
sitting still.
sandcastle with Freddie. But what do you do? What are you going to do? You're going to read books?
I'm I've bought Bill Gurley's latest book to
Yeah.
go read, which I'm quite excited by. I've got a book a friend gave me ages ago, which is perfect for you and I, and I'll give it to you afterwards, called Surrounded by Idiots. So I've got to read that. They've been on the bookshelf for ages. I'm rubbish. I love buying books. I'm terrible at reading them.
I do the same, especially if friends publish them as well. And then it makes you think you should really read them. And I've still got, and then when I do read them, and then 8 years later, I'm messaging my friends saying it's amazing. Have you really wasted that long? It's so bad.
Oh man,
But
I'm
like,
looking forward to it.
yeah, so I don't know. Like, so in fact, the two people I think you know at least, like said, both Tom Goodwin and Sam Collett. I can't remember Tom's book, but Sam wrote "Be More Pirate." Both like fantastic books that were written. I remember like because I'm Instagram buddies with both of them as well, and I remember like one of them was on holiday reading the other one's book, and then the other one was on holiday reading. I was like, oh, you guys need to meet. I was just like, it's so funny.
That's quite funny.
That was really cool. That was really cool.
So I'm looking
But
forward.
yeah, mate,
I'm
have a
looking forward
great
to that.
holiday.
But we
Okay,
do have to
enjoy that.
down tools, recharge. I
Yes.
leave tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. It's less than 12 hours away, and I've not packed as always. But I think I can get down to about 15 minutes. I have packed
Yeah,
like
that's right. I
sports
think we're
kit, so there's
expert
going to be
packers.
exercise. We are
Excellent.
literally
Where are you going?
we are off to Sardinia. We're off to Italy. I'm spending the
Saturday.
summer in Italy. I've never
Oh,
been
wonderful.
before for vacation, lots for work and Milan and whatever else, but never for
It's so
vacation. So
nice.
I can't
How's
wait.
your Italian?
Although, it's terrible. Obviously, although looking at the weather in London next week, it's like 30 degrees in London. It's been beautiful.
Yeah, who needs to go to Italy?
What have you
Italy's
what have you
the
got
best.
planned next week?
Same old. And we have so much good work coming through the business, and it means just all of those things from looking at um, everything from finances to recruitment to making sure that we're delivering great work, right? So it's the whole shebang. So yeah, I'm really bullish about. I'm really enjoying the variety of growth opportunities. It sounds so nerdy saying that, but it's really
Here's a
cool.
question for you. Here's a question for you. Has your work changed given the AI nostalgia, hysterics, etc., etc.? I.e., 10 years ago, it was how do we innovate and do something differently? Is that still the same, or are we doing business model changes? Like, because ultimately, the business of insurance hasn't changed. So,
Sure,
what's
sure.
the innovation today versus 10 years ago?
I mean, like for us, it's massive, right? I mean, the world of so bearing in mind we sit in the world of market research, market intelligence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
So I mean that space is, I mean, it's completely it's a world apart. It's a world apart from where it was 2 years ago. And then how we work with our clients, right? I mean, AI is using frontier models is like essential tenet of how they get intelligence. And if anything, it's almost like we have too much intelligence now. What can we do with it? So rather than our role of let's provide the best intelligence out there. It's how do we do that, but in the space of you've also got so much else coming in. How do we get cut through that, get the right signals out for you, and then make decisions based on it? So yeah, it's a really interesting space. So for us, it's probably different. Yeah. But what
I
we're
love
not
it.
doing yet, Nigel Lodge, is we're not sponsoring the Tour de France, and that's what I saw Service Now doing earlier when I was watching old Pod G.
Service
Uh,
now, my Cap Gemini in my old shop, and we and I were talking about Whoop. Tell me about the Whoop thing because I'm intrigued.
Yeah, we have to wrap up, right? But the Whoop thing is so Whoop seems to be sponsoring everything at the moment,
And they're
every sporting
employing
event. I love
thousands of
it.
people. Like he's hiring 600 people this year. He said.
Is that right? That's so cool. Albeit look, still whoopless. There he is. There he is, matching your shirt. Love it. Brilliant. Mate, so what I saw was they.
Take your pick when you have
Oh,
too many
you're
band.
kidding. Are they all whoops? Well, no, they're. Are they brilliant? Look at you. So
I have
on
too
the
many
display,
bands.
so Podgers whoop data from last night. So his sleep score came up, so 75%. He had 7.5 hours in bed, asleep, sorry. His recovery from yesterday, bearing in mind both yesterday and today were outdoors ends, right? So finishes. So like, it's not high, but it's a proper kind of like 10% gradient plus, which he was climbing at over 20
He
kilometers an
made up
hour.
3 minutes yesterday. I saw. It's ridiculous.
Destroyed them. It was incredible. I loved it. And then today, the same, right? But so yesterday, sorry, he woke up this morning with a 40% recovery.
That
I
is
mean,
higher than
incredible.
mine. All I did was go out for dinner.
Right at the end of the Tour de France, having smashed Aldo's yesterday, he woke
He's
up
won
with
it
a
for the
40%.
fifth time in a row, right? For fifth
Yeah,
consecutive time.
awesome, awesome. He's such a
Unbelievable.
legend. I have
It
loved
does
watching it.
remind me. It does remind me. We need to get out for a bike ride, like a leisurely.
Yeah. You know what came up? The London High Rocks tickets. Let me have a look at that. Let's see what we can find. Let's
That
see
is a
what we can
good
find.
time to go. Sayonara,
It's
my
been
good
beautiful.
friend.
Yeah, enjoy your holiday, mate. We'll see you soon.
Get us here. Stay
Thanks
well.
for listening. All bye. Bye. Bye.